Now, let's move on to the actual camera and logic settings. On this page, you'll first find a table that provides a separate configuration row for each microphone channel of all audio devices, as well as for 3 special situations. Let's go through the meaning of the columns. For better orientation, you can specify a specific area in the room under the location column. In the name column, you can enter the name of a participant or any desired label. Both fields are optional and can also be left blank, but the content of both fields is transmitted via the API and could be displayed as a lower third in the video with the corresponding video devices. Toggle the signal processing of a channel under on/off. When in the off state, this channel will no longer be considered in the microphone/camera logic. The LEDs for audio, reservation, and active indicate the time-dependent status of each channel, while the speed column determines the tolerated speech pauses as well as the minimum speaking time before a channel receives the active status. 0 indicates long speech pauses and a long minimum speaking time, while 10 sets this channel to the shortest times. In the condition column, you can enter a channel ID that also needs to be in the active state for triggering a camera preset of the channel where the condition is entered. For instance, this could be the input channel of AP300 connected to the MXA920. With this additional condition, the microphone camera controller SC100 can filter out the correct microphone from multiple ceiling or table microphones. In our example with only one ceiling microphone, we do not need the condition column. The priority column allows us to define priority positions in the room using 5 priority levels. A channel with a higher priority immediately replaces another channel, and the corresponding camera preset is called. In the columns of the 3 groups Cam A, Cam B, and Cam C, up to 3 cameras and presets can be assigned to a channel. These 3 camera presets should represent the space captured by this microphone channel. Please enter the number of the camera device and the corresponding preset for Cam A, Cam B, and Cam C according to your spatial configuration. If no camera and preset are selected, no action will be taken. One simple way to check the camera presets is to click on one of the recall LEDs. This will activate the camera preset and switch to the corresponding camera in the video switcher. Let's take a look at the 3 special situations. If no microphone channel is active, channel ID 0 will be activated. Here, in the speed column, the response time can be set. In this special situation, it is often advisable to show an overview of the entire room. The overview can be stored on multiple cameras, so up to 3 cameras are available for recall. The special situation on channel ID 1 occurs when the microphone camera controller detects an audio signal from the far end during a video conference. It is recommended to give this channel higher priority than the seats in the room. The third special situation on channel ID 2 can be utilized for up to 3 presets if there is simultaneous speaking from more than one seat in the room. Let's scroll down on this page to discover more logic settings. For MXA920 ceiling microphones, there are several logic options available. 2 options activate the automatic coverage mode on the MXA920. One of the modes additionally utilizes VAD, voice activity detection, allowing the camera tracking to respond only to speech. VAD requires some time, which is why these commands are sent from the MXA920 to the microphone camera controller with a slight delay. Compensate for the VAD delay by using a higher speed value in the channels. Without VAD, the MXA920 sends commands when speech and noise is detected within a coverage area. Choose a lower speed in the channels to avoid rapid switching of camera presets. 2 more options deactivate the automatic coverage mode on the MXA920. Now, the microphone lobes remain at fixed positions in the room. Again, you'll find an option with voice activity detection and one without VAD. The camera rotation logic provides various camera rotation options. When no camera rotation is set, the selected camera, Cam A, Cam B, or Cam C of the active channel, remains active until another channel is activated. The logic ensures that a camera is activated that was not active in the previous channels, thereby avoiding camera panning between seats. Priority return to Cam A behaves similarly, but after a few seconds, Cam A is activated. Cam A should therefore always be set with the optimal camera for the respective channel. The camera rotation scheduler activates a rotating activation of Cam A, Cam B, and Cam C of the currently active channel, creating a livelier representation of participants. The interval can be set under time. This time is not always the same but is randomly determined each time a camera is activated. Under Time Settings Channel Logic, the minimum time between two camera presets is defined. This setting prevents too rapid camera switching. For the three special situations just discussed, a pre-delay and a post-delay can be set individually. The pre-delay defines an extra waiting time before the respective special situation is actually activated. The post-delay, on the other hand, extends the activated camera preset of the corresponding special situation additionally. Define these time settings according to your preferences and the participant's conversation behavior. In the settings for the far end channel, you can select an audio device that receives the audio signal from the far end and passes it as information to the microphone camera controller. Choose the corresponding input or output where the far end signal is present in the audio device and check the display. Let's proceed with the last page, the settings. Activate the system standby of the microphone camera controller SC100 via this button or alternatively through the API. In the drop-down field, you can define the system state after a power-up. To restrict access to the SC100 dashboard, you can activate corresponding access credentials in this panel. Decide whether to always securely store the access credentials or whether to enable the possibility of deleting the access credentials via a browser. In the Download/Upload panel, you can save the current configuration of the microphone camera controller to a file or read from it. The same can be done for the current configuration, including all presets. To read or update the firmware of the microphone camera controller, use the two buttons at the bottom of the panel. The Restart and Shutdown panel allows you to restart the microphone camera controller or shut down the device. In the following panel, you have access to a factory reset button, which deletes all configurations and resets them to the factory default settings. However, this does not affect the IP address settings. You can read the current IP address settings of the SC100 in this panel. If you wish to change them, you have the option to configure the SC100 to DHCP or to a specific IP address in the following panel. And with that, we've covered all the topics for today. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the configurations of our microphone camera controller. If you missed any details, feel free to revisit the first video of the SC100 overview. Stay tuned for more updates and tutorials.